In my last video, I had a viewer who took issue with my comments concerning NASCAR's banning of the Confederate flag. They disagreed with me. They think that NASCAR did the right thing. And I had quite a discussion with this person concerning our feelings toward the Confederate flag. Excuse me, then I can talk clearer. And this person sent me a reply that gave a brief history and some of their opinion concerning the Confederate flag, and I want to read that today. And I want to dig a little deeper into my feelings toward the Confederate flag and why I feel as I do. So I'll read that quote right now. I wrote it down so I can quote it verbatim. This person writes, The Confederate flag, white supremacists know and love today, was a battle flag used during the Civil War. After the South lost the war, the flag wasn't really seen again until 1948 because a certain politician was against equal rights concerning African Americans. Example, making segregation illegal. The then Democrats then used the Confederate flag as an emblem for their movement, making it a symbol of racism. Even the KKK endorsed this flag. The Confederate flag is not an innocent symbol of Southern pride that should be accepted nationwide. It is a symbol of hate. People like you worry me. That is what this person says. I take issue with that very first line. Saying that the Confederate flag that white supremacists know and love today, I think is saying that gives you the idea that the only people who give any honor toward, or prestige, or not honor but prestige toward the Confederate flag are white supremacist groups like the KKK or Nick Fuentes. And if you ask any number of truck drivers in the South if they agree with the white supremacist views of the KKK or any number of other organizations, I think they would say that they do not. Alright. This person also says that the flag was used by the then Democrats. This is an age-old story about how the Republicans and the Democrats changed their name. The story has been around for quite a while. From what I can tell, all of the stories surrounding it originate from many years after the alleged incident took place. I cannot find any evidence that this is true. I think it's more of a case of that the Democrats made up the story because they do not want to be the party that supported the Confederacy, and if you want a part of the black vote, you can't say, "Hey, we're the Democrats. We're the party that supported the Confederacy." Okay, that's not a good look. Yes, it's true. The KKK do endorse the flag. And I completely disagree with the idea that the flag is not an innocent symbol of Southern pride for those in that area. Actually, this video was going to actually look a lot different, and something that kind of opened my eyes to this fact is when PepsiCo announced that they were going to be getting rid of their mascot, Aunt Jemima. And the reason that PepsiCo is doing this is because Aunt Jemima is a character from minstrel shows, like way back. The character of Aunt Jemima has like a 130-year history. And Aunt Jemima was commonly portrayed by a white man dressed in blackface. Now, we can agree that actual blackface is really bad. But I don't think anyone who walked by a Aunt Jemima bottle of syrup in the grocery store looked at and said, "Oh, hey, look, there's that character from racist minstrel shows back in the 1800s." Alright? The very character of Aunt Jemima has gone through several makeovers over the years, and really doesn't doesn't have any resemblance to its original counterpart, its origin. And so I think, so it all depends on what people are intending by the use of that symbol or that mascot in today. I don't think anyone is giving a nod to Aunt Jemima's very racist history. Alright, and yes, and I think very little people know about it prior to the article in which PepsiCo talked about it because it had been banned, or because they had decided to do away with that symbol, I should say. And yes, the Confederate flag is much well known about its history concerning slavery and some white supremacy. But the intentions of its use have changed over the years, and while we can agree that its use in 1948, where it was used as part of a movement against school segregation, is bad, what is it being used for now? What I think, yes, it has that history, just like Aunt Jemima has a very racist history, but what people are insinuating by its use now is not, I love white supremacy, I love racism, I love the slavery that the Confederacy, you could say, stood for, but they are simply using it as a symbol of their nation's history. All right, the Confederacy and all the good and bad things about it took place, and we can't do anything about it now. You can't undo the past, and yes, it has a murky history, but what are you using it for now is the main question. And I think if you would ask anybody at these NASCAR races why are they displaying the Confederate flag, it is not because they love the KKK or they love white supremacy. It is simply a part of their culture and their history. And that's how I see it, and that's why I think I don't have to apologize for what I said about the Confederate flag. And I think that the reason that you are using it, or what you are intending by its usage, is actually more important than its history. So that's really my feelings on a lot of things, whether it's Aunt Jemima, the Confederate flag, pretty much anything with a murky background. Thank you for watching.